Look, guys, I know we all love Playboi Carti's music. You know, we love to get lit, we love to get rage out. But can we just move on from this clown once and for all? Because it is emerged today, okay, that Playboi Carti has been accused of assault. Okay, he was arrested, all right, whilst he was on the road during one of his tour stops in Utah, and he has been apparently cited with assaulting a limo driver. Okay, but apparently the story gets much worse than just a mere assault of a limo driver. No, this appears to be a long-running pattern of behavior that we've observed with Playboi Carti, because apparently things got much deeper than just the simple assault of a worthless limo driver. You know, just a service worker. That's all good. That's all good. I'm being sarcastic here, okay? But basically, they're saying that Playboi Carti was cited with assaulting a limo driver, but why would he want to assault this limo driver, okay? Well, there's been a more serious allegation that's been made, okay? And you're not going to see it in every article, but it's pretty bad, okay? So basically, a popular hip-hop artist was issued a citation earlier this month for allegedly striking a limo driver during a recent stop on his tour in Utah. Wasatch County Sheriff's Department responded to a reported altercation near River Road on State Route 40 on October the 2nd. According to a police report obtained by KSL.com Friday through a public records request, an initial caller told police that they witnessed two men fighting and mentioned that two black SUVs were connected to the incident. A short time later, a limo driver, the alleged victim, called and told police what happened and remained at the scene until they arrived. The limo driver told deputies that he had picked up his client, who was later identified as Jordan Terrell Carter, who goes by the stage name Playboi Carti, in Park City, and was headed towards Utah County. Carter was in Utah for a show at the Delta Center on October the 3rd, and according to the limo driver, he was driving him to a rehearsal in Utah County. The limo driver, who asked his name not be shared, told KSLFriday.com that the company he drives for was hired to transport Carter around during his time in Utah. The driver recounted the day of the incident, picking up the rapper and his entourage from a hotel in Park City to drive them to Utah Valley University in Orem for Carter's rehearsal. He also noted the couple was smoking marijuana in the vehicle, according to the report. The driver stated that the fight was escalating. Now, there's some interesting details that are omitted here, but it says the driver stated the fight was escalating to a point where he was uncomfortable and wanted to de-escalate and separate them. Who perhaps? Separate who? They just said his entourage, but it's sounding like it was a bit more of a domestic dispute. The client had two SUVs for service and the security guard was in the other one. The driver stated he contacted him and informed them he wanted them in different cars. The driver said he stopped the vehicle, which the report says upset Carter's girlfriend. Everyone got out of both vehicles and the driver said Carter got upset and hit the girlfriend. The report states that the driver said he didn't actually see Carti hit the woman, but he noticed that she was hunched over, holding near her chest. The driver said that Carter then hit him on the left side of his face when he wasn't looking. He said, I turned my head for a brief minute off to the right-hand side, and this dude hits me in the face, punches me in the face. Responding deputies reported noting redness on the left side of his driver's lower jaw. On the lower left jaw of the driver, you could see redness consistent with physical contact. There was also a line on his jaw with a space. It appeared to be consistent with the space or on a fist or open hand that's between the knuckles. The driver was still shook up after photos in a statement, but he was free to leave the area and wanted to do so. Deputies also spoke separately with Carter, his security guard, and his girlfriend to get their accounts of what occurred. The girlfriend says she was the one who hit the driver because he got in her business. But the security guard told deputies that he elbowed the driver during using a martial arts move, and Carter said he punched the driver for stopping in a weird place and dropping them off. Carter was issued a citation for assault, although Carter, asked if there was a way to take care of it now. He informed him no. Was he trying to bribe? Was he trying to bribe it? It sounds like, potentially, in my opinion, he could have been trying to bribe him. He said, can we not take care of this somehow now? He informed him, no, it'll need to go through the court process. The deputy wrote in the report, Carter was compliant with law enforcement, but mad the limo driver was doing this based on his status. Jordan complied with the photos of his hands, but would not allow any photo of his face to identify the hands. Now, it's been alleged that he actually did hit his girlfriend during this incident, okay? Can't confirm these reports, but basically, okay, this is a clip from TMZ. It says, Carl claims things took a disastrous turn when Carti and his other half got into a heated argument, apparently over sex, in the back seat. He says Carti threatened to beat up both her and Carl after he intervened. TMZ is told that Carl told Carti... TMZ is told Carl says Carti wound up punching his girlfriend in the chest, prompting Carl to pull over to a safer location on the highway in Heber City. He also says he urged Carti's head of security to remove the Opium rapper from his vehicle and ride in the one with him. That's when Carl claims that Carti socked him in the kisser out of the blue as his girlfriend was exiting the vehicle, leaving him with a bruised, swollen jaw and a whiplash effect before Carti's head of security apparently broke up the fight. So it's being claimed in this TMZ article that this all happened when Carti was having an argument about sex with his girlfriend and threatened to beat her up and apparently punched her in the chest. All right. So, you know, a lot of people, they're saying millions of middle-class white teens just fell to their knees in Hot Topic, okay? But basically, this isn't anything new, okay? He's charged with assault. They're kind of trying to make it about... They're trying to kind of make it about punching up the limo driver when it sounds like from the reports there may have been domestic violence involved. And the first comment here, and this is Atlantology, they're saying, let's hope it wasn't a woman this time. Well, unfortunately, sounds like a woman was involved. Now they're saying pregnant woman. People saying that's a wild way to frame that. But hey, it's sounding like a woman was involved. But this is nothing new, man. And I feel like I want to use this video just as an opportunity. Look, I love Playboi Carti's music. I think he's hard. I used to hate his music. I used to think it was lame. I used to think he was a deadbeat dad. I started liking the music. He got me back on side. But after hearing this, I can't lie. Carti's seeming kind of lame. He's kind of seeming like a pathetic, lame man-child that has arguments about sex and punches up women. That's what it sounds like, okay? And people are saying that Carti has basically got a long history of punching up females, okay? People are saying that this has been posted. They're saying he's been saying he hit females since 15. This is something that's been going around for years. They're saying he's a man of his word only when it comes to being a piece of shit, all right? People are saying that this is just an old school thing. People saying, as a fan, this kind of hurt. And I know a dude going to say, why are you surprised he'd been a bad person? But damn, you'd think he'd grow up at some point. How you deadbeat and hit women with a solid foundation that most people don't got, man. Bruh, if it wasn't girls, this is still wild. Imagine you're laughing with your friends in a gas station and some dude comes in asking what you're laughing at and just starts punching y'all. This has been a whole long-running thing, okay? Playboi Carti, you know, he's a skinny, scrawny dude, you know, not really putting up too much fight against any real dudes, but, you know, apparently for years and years and years, he does like to get physical when it comes to females. This is 8 years ago. He was arrested at LAX for domestic battery, okay? This is a TMZ article all about it. You know, people are saying Carti's just different every single time you see him. But this is all the way back in 2017. Playboi Carti arrested at LAX for domestic battery of girlfriend, okay? This guy's a real piece of shit. Just loves to beat up the females. Just loves to beat up the females, man. It's embarrassing. According to the police report, the female in the incident was Carti's girlfriend of 3 years from Atlanta. She told cops their argument started because he wanted her to call his mother to check in. He wanted her to call her mother to check in, but she didn't want to. Carti told cops he snatched his girlfriend's phones from her hands and did grab her by her backpack to pull her out of the terminal. He says that she hit him but was not injured. Another witness says she slapped him in the face. The witness who called the cops said that she saw a red mark on the girlfriend's chest from Carti pulling her by the backpack straps, but cops didn't see any physical injuries on either of them. Playboi Carti allegedly got into it with a woman as they were leaving the airport and then got hauled away by the cops. Law enforcement, is this just the same thing over and over again? Law enforcement told sources at TMZ, witnesses told them that the rapper, known for his Magnolia track, began arguing with a woman as they were exiting the terminal late Thursday. We're told they began pushing each other, then he pushed her outside, grabbed her backpack, and forced her into an Uber. Carti was arrested shortly after for a misdemeanor domestic battery. The woman wasn't arrested, and he posted bail of $20K, and it was released early morning. And that's photos from the arrest there. Look, all right? If someone doesn't do what you want to do, you don't grab them by their backpack. You don't grab them. You don't grab their phone. You don't do any of that stuff. You just let them do what they got to do. And if that's not serving you and your mission on what you're doing, you move on. You find other people to be in your life. You don't grab people around. You don't force them into cars. It's pathetic, bro. It's not tough, right? It's not It's not gangster. It's not cool. It's super lame and it's super embarrassing. And Carti is a super lame, emotional guy who clearly doesn't know how to deal with his emotions when it comes to females and just likes to lash out. And it's embarrassing. It's been going on for years. This is another one. This is 3 years ago. Playboi Carti allegedly choked pregnant girlfriend and was arrested on a felony charge. So this is the whole TMZ article. Playboi Carti arrested on felony assault charge, allegedly choked his pregnant girlfriend. And that's his mugshot, like a real clown. Playboi Carti was arrested in Georgia for allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend following an argument over a paternity test. According to the arrest affidavit obtained by TMZ, the woman told police the rapper grabbed her by her throat and pushed her, holding her neck until she could barely breathe. She even told cops that she thought she was going to die. Police say the woman told officers she's been in a relationship with Carti for 2 years and has lived with him since July 2022 and was 14 weeks pregnant at the time of the alleged incident on December the 20th. The woman told cops that she wanted to talk to Playboi Carti about the baby, and a conversation about a paternity test led to an argument, which she claims escalated to a physical attack. She told the police a witness jumped in to try and break up the fight, and when she was able to escape Carti's grasp, she ran to her car, where she claims that he attacked her again. The alleged victim told cops that Carti tried pulling her out of the car and put his hand over her mouth as she tries to use the vehicle's SOS feature to call police. When cops arrived, police say the woman had a visible injury to her neck, chest, and back. Playboi Carti, real name Jordan Carter, was arrested for felony aggravated assault. His attorney, Brian Steele, getting all the bad people out of a jam every single time, man. Brian Steele, man. I ain't got to say too much, man. Mr. Carter was falsely accused. Pursuant to my communications with the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, this case will be dismissed without any prosecution or litigation. Okay? Now, it's all well and good when you got Brian Steele in your corner to try and get you out of a jam. You know, I'm sure Playboi Carti's managed to weasel his way out of any situation that he could ever get into. This is someone commenting on under that post. The number one indicator that you'll be murdered by your partner is if they've strangled you in the past. It's easier said than done, but if you're experiencing strangulation in your relationship, you're at a very real risk of dying by that person. If it's gotten to this point, you need to begin forming an escape plan immediately. There you go. That's the type of person that we're dealing with, all right? They're saying he's screwed. What a horror. But he wasn't screwed. He went on to have an amazing career, just like Chris Brown. Not necessarily screwed. Chris Brown doing very well for himself. They're saying they're calling him lame boy farty, okay? But this isn't a laughing matter. This isn't a joking matter. This isn't just a little bit of fun for you to get your lawyer, Brian Steele, to brush under the rug, all right? This is a serious incident, okay? This is a serious incident, and people are not rocking with Carti. It's not cool. It's not fun. They're not liking this. You know, it's just embarrassing. But it's not just the US either. Playboi Carti has apparently been getting busy and fighting people all around the world, okay? This is a very little known assault charge where Playboi Carti was actually found guilty in the United Kingdom of assault, okay? This time it's not on a woman, okay? Thank God this time it's not a woman. They're saying Playboi Carti was considering an appeal after losing assault case. He basically employed the services of this law firm seeking an appeal after being found guilty on assault after a trial. Playboi Carti was on tour and traveling from a gig at the garage in Glasgow when he was arrested at Gretna Services. At the JP court in Dumfries, he was found guilty of charges of damaging the tour bus and assaulting the driver. He just loves punching up women and drivers. Just women and drivers, man. That's all it is. Never the ops. You know what I'm saying? Never anybody trying to do any bad out here. Just women and drivers. Just loves punching them up because he's so cool. He's so lit. Waste man. The court heard evidence from witnesses that he had acted in self-defense. Well, the court didn't like that because he was found guilty. The court heard that Carti had flown his witness to the UK on Wednesday to give evidence at his trial where he was represented by a solicitor, advocate Alan Gravel. During his European tour last year, the rapper hired a luxury coach with beds and other equipment for around £30,000. Trouble arose after Carti's coach had problems with the heating over the previous 8 days, and on the journey from Glasgow to London, the heating would not work again. When it stopped at the services at 2 a.m., the driver had tried to repair the fault, but switched off the onboard computer and couldn't get it to start again, leaving the bus stranded with the door partially open. Then the trouble started when a relief coach was sent, but it didn't have the same facilities, leading to an exchange between Carti and the driver. Carti denied assault and claimed he acted in self-defense. One of Carti's tour managers from New Orleans said he wasn't happy about the relief bus, which was not up to our standards, and he was expressing his dismay at the whole thing. I saw the German driver running towards Mr. Carti, who punched him and was trying to defend himself. Another tour manager, Jason Ross from Atlanta, said the German bus driver was agitated, angry, and had an angry face, and charged at Carti, who punched to defend himself. Two employees of the coach company also gave evidence. Alistair McLeish, 57, said, I saw things being thrown around the tour bus. Then a man ran across and punched the driver in the face, cutting him and knocking his glasses off. It was the accused Carti who had been standing with a group, but as two guys tried to restrain him, he wriggled past them, ran across and punched the driver, who stumbled back. The driver didn't do anything to him and didn't retaliate. Another driver, David Playfair, 67, said the driver hadn't done anything except head across to his coach when it was damaged, and the driver went forward to protect his coach when Carti attacked him. JP Alan Stannett rejected self-defense and found him guilty of punching the driver in the face after a 4-hour trial. Mr. Gravel asked the court to grant Carti from the state of Georgia an absolute discharge so his access to the UK in the future wouldn't be put at risk, but the court fined him a total of £800, $500 for assault and $300 for damaging the driver's window of the coach. Okay, really, he shouldn't even be allowed to come back to the UK, if I'm honest with you. He shouldn't actually be even allowed to come back to the UK. Now, this is the original BBC article about Carti punching up that bus driver, and that's actually a photo of him going into court in Glasgow. So we already know the information from this, but it's just another case of Carti just picking on just like the weak, you know, just picking on the females, the old men driving the bus in their 50s and 60s. Like, you're pathetic, bro. You're not tough. Interestingly, after Carti was arrested for assaulting his pregnant girlfriend, okay, so he was charged and he was actually arrested, Iggy Azalea, his other baby mum, popped out. All right, they had a son in 2020, and she accused the rapper of serial abuse of women. And I believe her, man. Iggy Azalea is speaking out after her ex-boyfriend Playboi Carti, the father of her 2.5-year-old son, was arrested and charged with assaulting his pregnant girlfriend. Iggy Azalea shared a series of tweets on Tuesday that appeared to be a response to Carti's December arrest and contained thinly veiled accusations of serial abuse of women. Been there, done that, warned you, Azalea said. The hip-hop artist first met Carti in 2018. They had a son in 2020, and then they split in October 2020. And she said on Instagram, "I'm raising my son alone, and I'm not in a relationship." Carti, whose real name is Jordan Carter, was booked into the Fulton County Jail on December 29th and charged with aggravated assault and hindering persons making emergency telephone calls. Hindering a person. She's trying to call the cops, and you're beating her up, and you're stopping her making the call. Pathetic. Not tough. Lame. Anyway, he ended up getting released on bond. The woman basically claimed that, she was grabbed by her throat and pushed after a discussion about the child's paternity escalated. The woman said that Carti held her until it became hard to breathe. She thought she was going to die, and his attorney, Brian Steele, said it was a false allegation. He wanted it dismissed. The incident happened on December the 20th, and then Iggy basically clapped back. In another tweet, she appeared to reference the situation and accused Carti of rarely visiting their son Onyx, as well as being a serial abuser of women. She said, "Imagine having a pregnant girlfriend and pretending they don't exist until it comes out that you like to abuse them too, and rarely visiting your actual son unless it's because you're running from whatever problems you got going on in Atlanta and the press with your serial abuse of women." She continued, "Anyway, I'm actually having an amazing day. Karma's real. Treat the people you love well. Happy Valentine's Day." Carti's alleged victim told the police she moved in with the rapper in July after 2 years of dating and was 14 weeks pregnant when the incident occurred. She reportedly said that she was able to escape her car during the attack, but that the rapper entered the car after her and allegedly attacked her once more, putting his hand over her mouth as she tried to call the police for help. Now, I couldn't find any resolution to that case where Carti had viciously attacked his pregnant girlfriend, allegedly. But I don't know whether that got dismissed. Brian Steele said he was trying to get it dismissed. I didn't see any news that it was dismissed. I didn't see any news that he was found guilty either. But what has surfaced in the meantime is body cam footage of Carti's pregnant girlfriend, Brandy Marion, on body cam once the police turned up to help after he attacked her. And this is pretty harrowing stuff.
What's going on?
I was just attacked by a person that lives here and the people that work for him. And
do you live here? Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I called, they fled. So.
In what car?
It was a black SUV truck. I'm not sure if it was Lincoln, Escalade, but
what brought you here today?
I'm not sure if someone else's car is still here because there were 2 cars.
What brought you here today?
This is one pregnant, and this is the father of my child's house who also lives here with him. And he came to my house earlier with just trying to solve problems, going through my trash and everything. So I came here to see what's going on. Just escalated. And then I think that's the Mercedes people that I called to call. They're still on the phone.
Mercedes called us?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I had to press the SOS because I couldn't get to my phone.
Gotcha.
In my car, and she's still talking on her.
So the guy lives here?
Mm-hmm.
And does he own the place? Own his house? Or is it his parents? Grandparents?
What'd you say?
What do you mean by he attacked you? Like how?
He jumped on me, choked me.
Today you guys were supposed to see each other. Did he know that you're pregnant?
Yeah, I'm almost 4 months now.
Okay, so you came here today.
To my house.
You came here today to talk or
to see
hang
what the
out?
problem was, but it escalated. He came to my house with an issue, and I came back here to see what the issue was. He came and I had it in my car. He brought up paternity test. So I'm like, I don't understand. Come here to see what the problem is. And of course, it escalates. I guess we're both of us already doing it.
So you guys were already arguing, everything. How did he attack you?
I'm standing there, and he just ran up on me and grabbed me by my neck. Pushed me down, dirty the trees. I think I scraped my back.
Oh, so he's outside?
I can't see.
Yeah.
Can you change the address?
I couldn't see. But it just hurt right there. Up on the tree and dirt, all of that. And then I get up, tried to get into my car, and then had someone else come and pull me out of my car, covering my mouth with not press the
The other dude was afraid of this?
No, it was a woman.
The other woman.
And there was 2 dudes also outside. Like,
wait. There's a guy, the father, a girl, and 2 other
all
people.
People that work for him.
People that work for him. Okay.
So not just Carti, but he's got his whole team jumping in, Royal Rumbling, trying to help him attack a pregnant female. That's what's going on.
What does he do?
I don't even want to mention what he does. it's just gonna escalate.
Do you have his information, like a picture, date of birth, full name?
Yeah, but because they always like hold it against me, like, oh, you really want to go in? This person, like.
It's not holding it against you if he attacked you.
I know, but it's still like a part of me that's just like this. Okay, it's dad. And it's...
How messed up is this? He's assaulted this woman. She's scared to. I mean, look, this seems to be the case in a lot of domestic abuse situations. You know, the women are scared of the repercussions that they might have if they even expose the person who so brutally beat them, allegedly. And, you know, it's just really sad. Like, this is the effect that Carti has on women. You know, forget about the women screaming, jumping around at his shows. This is how people that are actually in his life, the females in his life, are being made to feel at the side of the road, scared to even talk.
It's hard, you know?
I understand.
It's just like, yeah, I don't want to call the police. I don't want to have to make a police report because you are the father of my child, but I don't really know what to do. So, and they all, like, when I'm trying to call the police, they're like dragging me out of my car and covering my mouth, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do at that point.
No, you did the right thing.
And still, they're like, I didn't. I don't know, I'm worried about the baby. That's all.
And you said they dragged you out of your car?
They tried to.
Your car was up there earlier, okay.
They tried to. And as soon as they heard the lady talking to me, they ran. I mean, yeah, all of them ran and took off that way.
They took the same car?
No, there was two cars. One was the woman in the car, and then the other was...
Both black cars?
Oh no, there she is right there. Her car must still be up there.
Hey, can I talk to you? How you doing? Can you come down here so I can talk to you?
I don't have any shoes on.
Okay, well, you can still...
Oh, don't have any shoes on. Guess can't talk to the cops. But anyway, this is the state that Carti is leaving women in after his interactions with them, right? It's disgusting.
What's going on? What did she tell you?
No, what do you want to tell me?
I don't have anything to tell you.
Was she ever up there, parked in there?
Was she ever at the top? She came up once.
What, inside the gate, correct?
Yeah.
How did she leave outside the gate?
I don't know.
Were you outside when she was outside?
Yeah. She drove her car. When she drive to the gate...
You saw her outside?
Yeah.
All right. The guy who lives here, what's his name?
Huh?
What's the guy who lives here name?
What is her complaint?
Don't worry about it. I'm talking to somebody. What is his name that lives here?
Huh?
What is his name that lives here?
You need to have his name. He doesn't own the house, so...
Man, what is his name?
So this is the face of all the enablers around Carti that allow this shit to happen, right? Whether it's his security, his team, they're all around ready to cover up and clean things up and not give information to the police on Carti's behalf. This is what he's got going on in his life.
Name. I'm asking his name.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. I've been in the house with painters. I'm trying to
Do you
figure out
live
what's going on. I manage it.
You manage it. Who owns the house?
Somebody overseas owns the house.
You don't know his name?
No, the guy...
You're making it hard. You know that, right?
No, I'm not trying to make anything
You
hard.
are. What is his name that lives here?
You mean the guy that owns the house or the guy that lives here? I'm trying to just understand what question you're asking.
So with the lady, what's going on with her? Why does she feel like she had to call police?
I don't know.
She subjected you to... She said that you were...
She's not... I don't know. She's not... Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I don't know why she would say that. I'm in there with the painters.
Was there an argument that you know of?
No, I was in there with
I'm not talking to her on the phone.
No, this is somebody else. But no, I was in there with the painters. I was in there with the painters.
And then what happened?
And then I came out and the ring was, my ring was broken.
Camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I know. Because I was in there. I've been in there with construction workers all day.
So you saw her get up there, but you didn't really see how she left?
No, when I looked out the window, I seen the gate open.
The guy who lives in the house, was he here today?
Earlier, yeah.
Do you know what happened?
No.
Do you know why he left?
No.
Do you know where he went?
I have no idea.
What's his name?
Whose name?
The guy who lives here.
The guy who lives here or the guy who owns the house?
That was her.
She should know. She should know.
I'm asking you though.
What is she saying that happened? Because I have no idea.
I want to know a name to make sure it's the same name.
Can you bring me up to speed? What's going on? Because I have no idea. I'm trying to figure out too because she's out here. That's what I'm saying. She's out here and I don't really know what's going on. That's what I'm
not
saying.
asking about that. I actually live there.
And I told you I don't know who owns the house.
I did. Yeah, who lives here? You know who lives here. You don't want to tell me who lives here.
If you're able to tell me what's going on, you're saying the person that owns it or the person that actually lives here?
Live here.
Okay, so what do we need to know that information for?
Because I'm asking.
I know, but I'm asking you, why do you need to know that information?
Because apparently something happened and I need to know his name.
That's private information.
That's not really private.
I can't reveal that. Because
You don't want to reveal.
No, I signed a disclosure, so I can't.
Incorrect. Okay. So
I signed a
why did
disclosure.
this lady say that you covered her mouth and pulled her out of a car?
I didn't cover her mouth.
I know you didn't. The ring camera works, correct? Or are you
No,
disabled?
she made sure that she damaged it.
So you saw her damage it?
No, I've seen it. I just looked on my thing, but now I can't.
So you saw her damaged?
No, I'm just saying it's damaged.
Because.
So he's got a whole army of enablers all around him, right, to try and cover up and clean up the big messes that he creates. So after this whole litany of allegations and all of this hitting the headlines, a lot of people have asked, should our beloved Playboi Carti get the Chris Brown treatment after being arrested for felony aggravated assault in December 2022 after allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend following an argument over their paternity test? All right, people are asking, people are saying, no, I need new music. Oh, no, there is no Chris Brown treatment. All right. I feel like maybe he should get that Chris Brown treatment, to be honest with you guys. And maybe some of the people around him too. They're saying that Trippie Redd was actually the first person to show him love after the incident. You know what I'm saying? They're saying it's a full show of force. People are, it's keep your head up, man. Keep your head up, twin. You're unstoppable. Same day that he's getting arrested. And thank you, Trip. We're going diamond, man. We're going rage. Can't wait to shift the culture with you again. If we're shifting the culture to a culture where you can just abuse women, I don't know about that shift of culture. I'm gonna need to skip that shift of culture. Then this is really the first person to defend him after beating his girlfriend and the incident. It's crazy. That story coming out on Valentine's Day is wild, people are saying, man. But he waited 3 weeks to reply to Trippie Redd. I would have left that one on red, but at the end of the day, everyone here is a clown, and it is embarrassing. And a lot of people have been asking, how the hell did Playboi Carti never get cancelled the last time he beat up a woman? He beat up a pregnant woman, then headlined one of the biggest festivals of the year. How? But people are saying if every rapper with a domestic violence allegation and conviction was cancelled, we wouldn't have any music. This is nothing new. Nobody's saying he a good person, but we need the album, all right? Everybody lining up. He's not an internet celebrity trying to keep a clean image and acting like he has one. That's why, okay? They're saying that this is just a regular pattern of abuse, all right? It's even in even in classic lyrics, got me mad as hell, so I slapped the bitch. Genius Annotation says Playboi Carti beats women. 92 upvotes. Everyone is in agreement. That's what that lyric means. He beats women. People saying y'all ain't rocking with domestic abuse. Y'all ain't rocking with it? I think Carti's rocking with it because apparently his whole crew, the whole Opium crew, is absolutely littered with sordid allegations, okay? This is a whole bunch of allegations. Every single Opium allegation controversy as of recent, okay? And there's a whole bunch, all right? Carti, deadbeat to both of his kids, abandoned both of his baby mamas during their pregnancies, strangled the mother of his second child and his friends refused to interfere, shot a gun at Ruby Rose in her apartment, apparently, assaulted Ruby outside of an airport while preparing to board a flight. So I guess it was Ruby Rose that he was bundling into a car and dragging around outside the airport, beating up two dudes in late 2017, stealing a jacket from them, assaulting his tour bus driver for complaining about him smoking on the bus, brought his son around an R-word, ASAP Bari, stole beats from Joe, hangs out with his cousin Shooter until fall 2017 while Uno was in the hospital. He lies to fans on multiple occasions and postpones his album releases, sells merchandise with PDF files and S-offenders as art directors, attempts to scam popular streamers and influencers for $2 million, leaked his manager's number after being unable to make a flight for a show. He's talking about the Aiden Ross situation. He leaked Ruby's number on Snapchat. He lied about his age so people wouldn't speculate he was 20 while dating a 17-year-old Ruby Rose on and off, and repeatedly endangering the lives of people on the road by going 90 miles per hour over the speed limit, and they didn't even know about the assault in Glasgow. All right, now they're going to the crew. Ken Carson physically abusing his ex-girlfriend in a hotel, dating, having S with a 17YOG. I didn't want to say that. While he was 21, cheating on the same GF that he's dated since he was a minor with the ex-girlfriend he physically abused, then destroyed, lonely, physically abused, beat, and harmed his ex-girlfriend on multiple occasions, and following her close friend to a public restroom and utterly embarrassing himself. And then they're moving to the guys, man. Bino not properly IDing underage girls before bringing them backstage and attempting to sleep with them. He was caught emailing a 16-year-old European girl due to her not having a working phone number at the time, and only quitting after the girl accidentally alluded to DMing her in an Instagram story, also allegedly talking to girls aged 15 and 17 as well. And they're saying Michi to be continued, all right? They're basically saying we cannot forget, all right? We must never forget that Carti is a serial abuser, okay? He's a veritable serial abuser that no amount of fit pics or processed baby voice cooing can ever compensate for. He was arrested for felony assault in Georgia after strangling and striking his pregnant girlfriend during an argument over a paternity test. He was arrested and charged with domestic battery after allegedly assaulting a female accomplice at LAX airport. And he was charged with assaulting an elderly coach driver at an airport. He was found guilty of assault and damaging property. That was the Scotland charge, okay? People are still asking for the album. So look, Carti is a lame. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with this case, but he's been a lame. He is a lame, been a lame all through and through, okay? Doesn't matter how lit your music is. Doesn't matter how fucking cool. If you're beating on females, you're a lame. You're a square, okay? I'm not no tough guy, but I would never, ever lay my hands on a female. Ever, 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 ever. It's not even in my vocab. It's not even in my list of actions. You know, in a video game where you're trying to choose what action, bro, that button ain't even on the controller. Punch button don't even work on the controller if a female's around, okay? So it's super lame. He's not lit. He's a clown. That's just the end of the video, basically. He's lame, all right? And you shouldn't be supporting this guy. The music's lit. Kind of, you've convinced yourself because of the aura that the music's lit, but the music ain't even all that. And if this is what he's got going on, nah, straight trash. We're going to keep the Playboi Carti, man. You can keep that. We can leave that one in 2024. We can leave that in 2020, man. We're going to have to go back in time and leave that one there. But yeah, Playboi Carti's a lame, super embarrassing, and it is what it is, man. I'll see you in the next video.